So I figured I'd share something stupid with you. Justin Trudeau has COVID. Justin Trudeau has a vax mandate for truckers in his country. Justin Trudeau is effectively imitating Thomas Sowell's book, free audiobook on YouTube, The Visions of the Anointed. So if I recall correctly, this is the bit I want you to hear. So let me go ahead and mute my microphone so you don't hear the snoring pug in the background. And we'll move on from there.
Political commentators or writers on social issues often range across a wide spectrum, but their positions on these issues are seldom random. If they are liberal, conservative, or radical on foreign policy, they are likely to be the same on crime, abortion, or education. There is usually a coherence to their beliefs, based on a particular set of underlying assumptions about the world, a certain vision of reality. Visions differ, of course, from person to person, from society to society, and from one era to another. Visions also compete with one another, whether for the allegiance of an individual or of a whole society. But in some eras, one vision so predominates over all others that it can be considered the prevailing vision of that time and place. This is the current situation among the intelligentsia of the United States and much of the Western world, however much their vision may differ from the visions of most other people. Individual variations in applying this underlying vision do not change the fundamental fact that there is a particular framework of assumptions within which most contemporary social and political discourse takes place in the media, in academia, and in politics. The rise of the mass media, mass politics, and massive government means that the beliefs which drive a relatively small group of articulate people have great leverage in determining the course taken by a whole society.
I'm going to pause it there, and Thomas Sowell obviously has a lot more to say. As you can see, this is a 9-hour book, and he essentially goes over point after point after point where leaders, be it they charismatic, but they're essentially immune to data. They come up with a policy, they say this is the right thing to do. Data comes back saying that their policy was either ineffective or worse, counterproductive. Right? Vaccine mandates. And you compare that to their moves for racial equity in the country. Well, who's that going to affect most negatively if you look at who's least vaccinated? So it doesn't matter to them. The data does not matter. What matters is what they want. And these things are incoherent and incompatible with reality. So I'll leave that at that. This is worth a listen to. I only got I'm probably 3 hours in, and I keep getting back to it occasionally. It's a great book. It's heavily informationally dense. I highly recommend, if you have the time, if you're driving somewhere, even if you only get this far in, you're gonna have a better understanding of the fact when we present evidence and data to people like Justin Trudeau, and it doesn't affect their opinions or outcomes at all. Look at this. This man who's obviously double, triple, whatever, how many jabs he's gotten. Just got COVID again. Do you think that's going to affect his opinion at all when it comes to the Freedom Convoy in Canada or the vaccine mandate for truckers? Absolutely not. Let's look at another data point here. We see, I started recording this video earlier, then realized I didn't actually record anything. Whoopsie. See, absolutely massive spikes in infection rates for daily infection. We're seeing, now this is rolling 7-day average, and I believe this is per million, number of people per million in population. So if like France is getting right about here, sorry if I'm over explaining this data, the chart probably says all we need to see. At some point at its peak, France was getting 5,400 cases per day per million. So however many million people are France, you multiply that by. But this is what we see as well. Omicron came through, it did its thing, it infected damn near everyone, and now it's waning. It's waning in the United States. It's probably just peaking in Germany, and let's be honest. Germany probably had a rather authoritarian response, slowing the rate of infection, or it also arrived a little later, I suppose. Yeah, it looks like it arrived later. That's probably part of it. No matter what the government does, they can't really influence the course of this. They think they can. They're fighting the tide. You see the United Kingdom? All right, look at Canada. Look at Canada. He still wants to have a vax mandate. He's not going to change his mind. I hope he does. I genuinely hope he changes his mind on the vax mandate. But until then, we got Viva Fry on the street live right now.
You're the minority. We are. I'm just so happy to be here, man. Come on, give us a little. Nice to meet you. Take care. Towards the Yukon.
Let's see if I'm going to go back a little bit. A little bit. But just the sheer volume of people that are finally fed up, to me, is tremendous and astounding. Now I'm going to leave you with a few memes. This one's an original. I made this one. And let's see, how can I flip through these most effectively? Here's another one. You know what, I'll stop talking. I'll show the memes momentarily, and then thank you for watching. If you got this far, have a wonderful day. And don't let the tyranny bite. Thanks, everyone. Mute my microphone, go through the memes.